Alors, display capture. Alors, display capture. Alors, option, je vais regarder audio jeu. Bon, ça en est quoi?
I'd already decided it was going to be my last night in Max's village. I was sorry to be leaving, but I was restless again.
Beware! The day grows dark, and demons stalk the gap by night.
Harsh old woman, stop your superstitious nonsense. Besides, this is the best time of day for fishing, eh, Milo?
Yes, Dad. Look, Foster! I use these broken sensors to make a fish alarm. It detects the fish before it bites.
Nice work, Milo.
Milo was just like me as a boy, and the tech skills I'd taught him would help the village after I left.
Do you really have to go, Foster? How can we ever pay you back for all you've done?
It's been my pleasure, Max. One of Anita's pies will be payment enough.
I owed the Gap folks so much. My first tribe fostered me when I was orphaned all those years ago. They taught me how to recycle tech scavenged from city dumps. Soon, I even built myself a playmate.
I'm your friend. Call me Joey.
Joey and I were always together. As I grew, I upgraded him. He became the best friend I ever had. But then...
Foster! Foster, wake up! The sensors detect a fish. It's a big one.
What the?
It was no fish.
Max, keep back! Milo!
Dad! What are they?
Max! Drop him, you...
Dad! Foster! Help me! Help me!
Milo had gone. The machine, too. But its riders had left something behind.
Max? Milo? What's happened, Foster? Where's my son? Max? Max? Oh, no! I told them! I told them there were demons stalking the dark!
The stalker that attacked us was a machine, not a demon.
Please, Foster, I don't understand. What happened?
I told Anita everything I could, though I knew very little. Max was barely conscious. I could only hope that with Anita's loving care, he would recover. As for me, I had to follow Milo and his captors immediately.
I'll bring Milo home, Anita. I promise.
Thank you, Foster. I know you will.
Dawn was breaking as I left the village. The featureless wastes of the Gap stretched away from me. Night followed day, then day dawned once more. Time lost meaning as the tracks beckoned me ever forward. Determination had long replaced sadness. Whatever it took, I would find Milo. The tracks were barely visible now, blurred by the wind. But I was sure I'd reach their destination soon. Then I saw the thing I feared the most approaching. Sandstorm. I battled forward, but now could only guess that my direction was correct. I decided to save my energy and sank into an exhausted sleep. Maybe the old woman was right. Maybe demons did stalk the Gap. For as it shrieked and thundered around me, the storm brought back my nightmare once more. Union City security was attacking. As my tribe screamed in terror, I salvaged Joey's motherboard. Taken captive, I couldn't save my village. But I survived when the security copter crashed, entering Union City. On the run, I soon got Joey working. Upgraded yet again, he helped me overthrow the evil that ran the city. As I left, I told him to make the citizens happy. Union City was no place for me. I wanted to be where I could do most good, helping the scattered people of the Gap. I woke to find the storm had passed. But not without finishing its cruel work. The tracks were gone. I was lost, and so, I feared, was Milo. Then, I heard them. Gang birds, scavengers, and in this wasteland, that meant only one thing: people.
Ok.
Despair turned to hope. I was sure that if I could find where the stalker had gone, I would find Milo. Then, in the distance, I saw a girl crouching over a body.
Ok, on va trouver un nom.
The girl was holding a device to the lifeless hand. Hey, excuse me.
Who the hell are you?
I'm searching for a vehicle that...
Ah, no! Damn birds!
Wait, I just... Whatever that device was, the bird had it now. No way I was going to get between those birds and their feast. A corpse lay propped against a rock.
On va marcher.
There were few things that would scare gangs, and a crowbar was not one of them. I would need to find another solution. The girl had been doing something to the guy's hand. I wondered what. He'd clearly been dead for days. The logo. I'd seen it before. On the androids that had taken Milo. The girl was my only lead. I had to follow her. Union City. I was back. Over the years, I'd heard rumors of how the city had thrived since I'd left Joey in charge. I was finally going to see for myself.
Welcome, unregistered Gaplander.
Well, hi. And you are?
Community Welfare Droid 2CU at your service. To commence your Union City registration, please make your way to the immigration terminal.
That's okay, I'm not here to register. I'm looking for...
If you're looking for the immigration terminal, it's right over there. Thank you.
Can you help me find a missing kid?
You want to file a missing persons report? Go register.
So how do I register?
Easy. Just go to the immigration terminal and you'll get a U-chip for your temporary ID. The correct route is indicated by these signs.
Sounds easy.
It is. Without it, you won't be able to interact with any of the Minos devices in this area.
What's this Minos you mentioned?
Minos is the interconnected computer system that is everywhere and controls everything.
Everything? That sounds very similar to Link.
For the convenience of all citizens. And, word to the wise, no U-chip, no access to the Minos devices. Not even the vending machines. So go register.
Bye for now.
Pleasure.
There was a strange smell. Those birds weren't going to let me anywhere near the back of the truck. I didn't rate my chances against all of those razor-sharp beaks. It was a statue of my friend Joey. I couldn't imagine why they would have erected it. If Milo had been taken this way, I was sure Joey would help me find him. I needed to find someone around here who'd seen the stalker. Whatever it was trying to detect, I didn't have one.
Ok, rien. Est-ce que c'est là-bas? Peut-être.
Whatever it was trying to detect, I didn't have one.
Please obtain one at the immigration terminal.
Toute l'immigration. Distributeur. Ah.
Whatever it was trying to detect, I didn't have one.
We'll show you a custom message.
C'est plus par là-bas alors.
I guess this was the immigration terminal.
Welcome to the Union City Registration Terminal. Please place your hand below to receive your U-chip implant.
Ouch!
A U-chip had been implanted into the palm of my hand. I wasn't sure how it was going to help me.
Authorized citizen ID required.
D'accord.
The sign was directing me towards immigration.
Ok. Comment aller revoir l'autre? Dans étrange.
It was a tire or modern art. I couldn't tell which.
Milieu.
Hey, kid.
Hey, weird guy.
My name's not Weird Guy.
I'm Pixel. It's easy to remember because it rhymes with pickle.
So it does. I'm Foster.
I'll remember that easy because your name rhymes with fossil and you're old.
Thanks, kid. What's wrong with the roundabout?
It sucks. Stupid Mr. Hobbsworth put a chain on it. He said it was for safety, then he dropped the chain on his foot.
What's your story, Pixel?
Well, I'm 8 years old, and my birthday is in only 64 days. I'm really good at math, and I can even lift my sister. And she's super fat.
Very comprehensive.
Yep. Anything I can help you with today?
I'm looking for a boy about your age named Milo, who may have come through here.
You're asking the right guy. I remember every face that's come through here since I was a little kid.
Yeah? How many's that?
Like, at least 12. How recently are we talking?
Sometime over the past couple of nights.
Oh, didn't know. Haven't seen no kids.
Did a vehicle come through here recently?
Maybe. How recently is recently?
Like 2 nights ago?
Oh, then definitely no. But wait, 2 nights ago? My brother, Vauxhall, he saw this giant monster.
What kind of monster?
Like a totally huge, but not real one.
Huge, but not real?
I mean, Vauxhall says it's totally huge, and Ember says it's not real.
Well, which is it?
I don't know what to believe.
What's this about a giant monster?
Right, so my brother Vauxhall, like 2 nights ago, it was night time, right? And we had been playing this massive game of buzzsaws and dynamos, so I was like, wah! But, where was I?
The giant monster.
Oh yeah, right. So, later that night, he wakes me up screaming about how he saw a giant monster.
And?
That's the end of my story. Don't tell Ember I told you.
Bye.
Call it if you need anything.
A sturdy chain tethered the roundabout to the ground.
Salut Million. Eh, c'est le créateur des chevaliers de Baphomet, je sais pas si tu te souviens.
Push me.
On va le pousser. Ça a dû plaire, hein.
Hey, kid.
Push me. Push me.
D'accord.
I've got things to do.
Push me.
Oh putain. On va lui reparler à lui. Ah, c'est elle que je cherchais.
I recognized the girl. She was the one who'd run away from me earlier.
Excuse me. Hello?
You!
Me what?
You're the guy in the desert!
And you're the girl with the corpse.
Ouais, c'était...
Okay, first of all,
le
that
premier
guy
était
was
sorti
dead
en
long before I
80,
got
dans les
there.
années 90,
And
c'était
second of all,
Binis.
it's your fault Big Steve stole my date.
Lost your
Binis...
what? To who?
Do you realize how
Style
much
Sky.
potential trade
Et ça
you
c'est la
cost me?
suite en fait.
Honestly,
Et je sais que c'est le
no
créateur
idea
du
what
Chevalier
you're talking
Baphomet.
about.
I trade.
Ouais, là t'es bien noté.
I'm a trader.
Donc c'est pour ça que je me suis dit je vais
Name's
tester.
Ember.
I'm looking for a boy named Milo who might have come through here recently.
Mister, are you looking to trade something or what?
Trade?
Trade, you know, tech, gadgets, knickknacks from the Gap or the city. That's what I do. I collect stuff, sell stuff, trade stuff. Only, since you're interfering, let Big Steve fly off with my deed, it'll be a while before I can make proper trades again. Now excuse me.
What's a deet?
My deed, man. DTT. Data transfer tool. DEET.
What's the deet for?
Duh, transferring data. That's what I was doing with that dead fella. Transferring his citizen ID for trading, yeah? You distracted me, and Big Steve nabbed it and flew off. Like I said, thanks.
I just need to know if you've seen a missing kid come this way.
You're looking in the wrong place. Only boys around here are Pixel and Voxel, and the only thing they're missing is a few screws.
That's all for now. Thanks.
Anytime. Oh wait, no. Come back if you want to talk business.
For someone with a business interest in dead bodies, she seemed pretty normal.
Ouais, c'est du cel shading. Il faut que je le rattrape lui. Tant que j'ai pris ma... que je me suis enregistré. You.
Excuse me.
Greetings, registered Gaplander.
Say that again, would you?
A registered Gaplander.
Thanks. Wasn't so hard, was it? Okay. I'm looking for a young boy that's been kidnapped.
Don't worry, we'll find him. Is he a citizen?
No, he's a Gaplander.
Ah, well, unregistered Gaplanders cannot enter Union City. Therefore, I cannot help.
I need to find a vehicle.
There are no personal vehicles in Union City.
No, it's one that I followed here from across the desert. It's got 4 giant metal legs.
There are no such vehicles registered with Union City.
Oh yeah? It definitely came this way. Kidnapped a child from my village.
Only Union City citizens can file missing persons reports.
D'accord.
Thanks for your time.
Was great meeting you.
Ok, ça c'est fait. On va aller voir papy.
Sir, excuse me, sir. Are you...
Whatever you're selling, I ain't buying.
No, I'm not selling any...
A likely story. Name's Wendell. Joe Wendell.
Nice to meet you.
That remains to be seen.
Alors...
Listen, you haven't seen a child come through here, have you?
Pinch something of yours?
No, he was kidnapped from a nearby village.
Oh, I see. Sorry to hear that. You're not the first I've heard talking about kids going missing in the Gap. But I've never seen any come through here. Have you asked those kids over by the playground? They've been here a lot longer than me.
I'm looking for a vehicle.
Well, mate, today's your lucky day. This is a vehicle.
No, I'm looking for a special vehicle.
But Brucey is special. All he needs is his power cell and we'll be on our way.
The vehicle I'm looking for had 4 legs and no wheels.
A vehicle with legs? Think you've got bats in your belfry, mate.
Any vehicles come through here recently? Specifically, the 4-legged variety.
Only things been through here recently are birds, bad smells, and the occasional light breeze.
See, I've been following these tracks, but about a day and a half ago.
All right, pal. Didn't ask for your life story.
I don't want to alarm you, but there's a strange odor wafting from the back of your truck.
I don't smell out.
Really? Because it's like...
Except the splendid scent of tasty mini Ks, the finest organic knackverse the Gap has to offer.
Don't believe me? Look at those gangs. They love my knackverse. Can't chase them away.
Your truck's power cell has drained.
Aye, emptier than a politician's vows. There was a sandstorm put the bridge over yonder out of action. I was told to go park for a few hours. Turned into a few days. Trying to keep the mini-Ks cool in this heat emptied the power cell. I wasn't stingy on the aircon, mind, or the margarita blender up in the cab. A working man needs his creature comforts.
Anyway, 13.7 volts drained to naught.
And they still haven't fixed that blooming bridge.
And you've been sat here ever since?
No choice, until they send someone out to juice up Brucey's power cell. Someone competent, I mean.
Mind if I take a look at the power cell? I'm pretty handy with this sort of stuff.
Obsworth has it. Told me he'd have it charged in a jiffy.
Great. How long ago was that?
About 1,000,000 jiffies ago. My guess is it's either gathering dust or it's being ground to dust.
I'll leave you be.
I'm fine with that.
J'en ai pas appris plus que ça.
Those birds weren't going to let me anywhere near the back of the truck.
Donc en fait j'étais dans un village dans le ravin, ça commence comme ça en fait, à la pêche, avec un ami et son fils, et le fils a été enlevé par des androïdes. Et donc j'ai marché, pris dans une tablette de sable, je les ai un peu perdus. Et ça m'a amené ici. Donc c'est un peu un petit côté Mad Max. Chute d'eau.
There was something strange about the water. And there was an unmistakable smell of ozone. Up close, I could see the water was holographically concealing an electric fence?
Ouais, si je touche à mon avis.
There was an electric fence back there. I wondered if it was live.
Ouais, il est branché, ouais.
Ow!
I was shocked to discover that it was. No wonder the gangs kept clear of this death trap.
Le pont est pété. Il est bizarre lui. Ah, c'est lui qui m'a piqué le truc. Avec ses barres.
The bird's beak looked especially vicious.
Il filait quoi? Le doigt? Non, il veut pas. Pied de biche.
These were tough desert birds. Waving a crowbar around wouldn't faze them.
Ouais, c'est ça. Je peux pas utiliser le toit de droïde. Il s'est envolé. Oh le con. Elle va se reposer, ouais, je pense. Ou pas. Je me le surveille celui-là. Ah, on essaie de parler à lui, technicienne. Technicienne?
Excuse me.
Oh, hello, visitor.
What's up with your bollard? Maybe I can help.
You?
Sure.
Hey, listen, Mr. Gaplander. It's totally cute that you want to help. This mechanism's a teeny bit more advanced than what you're used to.
You'd be surprised. I'm pretty handy with these sorts of things.
Sorry, got to get back to this bollard. It ain't gonna fix itself.
Bon, ça non plus.
One of the posts was jammed.
Qu'est-ce qu'il va faire? Bah ouais, j'ai réussi.
Hey, we fixed
Ouais.
it!
Yeah, piece of cake.
Dude, Council sure is shining in my direction today. Do you know how many times I've scanned this thing?
C'est un petit côté Borderland aussi.
You see, I'm the diagnostician and tech expert around here. Name's Obsworth. What can I do for you?
Hey, have you by any chance seen a kid come through here?
Where's the little dude headed? On an adventure, is he?
Oh no. He was kidnapped, snatched from his village, and brought this way.
Oh, right. Nope. I haven't seen anything like that. Sorry. Now, if you don't mind, I've got to get back to work.
Work order.
Excuse me?
Well, hey there, stranger. How's your day going so far?
Well,
Great, I'll bet. Anything else? By the way, just so you know, I'm on the clock.
Ah, il y a un service.
Yes, of course, no problem. How are
Batterie.
things going with Wendell's power cell?
It's in my office.
But how long until it's charged?
It's hard to say, but it's on my list.
Any updates on Wendell's power cell?
Not yet, but I'll get onto it soon.
So what's your deal, Hobbs?
I am a diagnostician for the Ministry of Comfort.
And what exactly does a diagnostician do?
I find problems.
And fix them.
No, I just diagnose them. Minos fixes them.
See you around, Hobbs.
Ok, on avance pas beaucoup.
Before I forget, I really appreciate your patience back there when I was fixing the bridge. Let me thank you properly. Give me your hand.
Okay.
There you go. Your kudos just got a boost.
Thanks, I think.
Keep a smile on your face.
Work order.
Qu'est-ce qu'il m'a donné?
Work order received. Work order accepted.
Sorry to keep you waiting, sir. Welcome to Union City. My name is Greta. It is my duty and pleasure to answer any questions you may have about Union City and the local area. How may I help you today?
A child has been kidnapped from my village.
From your village? Was the child a registered citizen of Union City?
No, his name is Milo, and...
Polite apology, Minos can only concern itself with registered citizens.
I was hoping you'd be able to help.
And isn't hope a wonderful thing? In the meantime, do you have any other queries?
I'm looking for a vehicle. Has anything come through here?
No.
You haven't seen a weird vehicle with legs instead of wheels?
Polite apology. I cannot discuss the details of other visitors' vehicular movements.
But this vehicle, it kidnapped a child.
Is there anything else I can help you with today?
So is Joey still running things around here?
He was, until just a few years ago.
That doesn't sound good. Hope he didn't screw things up.
Not at all, sir. Joey the Savior was a great leader. Citizen happiness reached unprecedented levels.
Good to hear it. I happen to be an old friend of his.
Oh, we're all friends of Joey, sir. Gone but not forgotten.
Parti.
Is there some way I can speak to Joey?
Sadly not, sir.
Oh, you mean he's not around at all?
Gone to a better place, sir. Went to find peace after a lifetime of service. Some say he strode out into the Gap one morning. Others say he took a boat at dusk and went to explore other lands.
So who runs the city now?
The Council of Elected Ministers, of course.
Have a nice day.
In Union City, sir, there is no other kind of
Ok,
day.
bon. Rien. Autant l'histoire. Ok. C'est là où je me suis enregistré.
Authorized citizen ID required.
Il y a un sandwich là-bas. Ouais. Il y a un sandwich. Ça va être pour... Faudrait que l'autre il rentre dans son truc là. Parce que tant que j'ai rien à lui donner... Ouais, je pense que c'est trop beau pour être vrai. En fait, Joey, c'est dans le premier jeu du nom. Le héros avait créé un petit robot qu'il avait amélioré au fil du temps. Je l'ai pas fait le premier, mais de ce que j'ai lu De ce que j'ai lu en fait, il a créé le robot, il l'a amélioré et il a sauvé cette ville là. Et il l'a placé à la tête de la ville. Et là depuis apparemment, ben, on sait pas trop. Ouais. On lui a par le pousser, parler. Oh putain. Oh putain, pourquoi je suis reparti? Ça y est, il bug sur le truc. Faut que je trouve un truc hein. Faut que je trouve un truc. Je pense qu'il faut que je récupère ce qu'il a le piaf genre. Ou les saucisses, je sais pas. Parce que là je vois pas comment je peux avancer. Compliqué sinon.
A makeshift workbench had been set up. Its structural integrity seemed over-reliant on some old deflated tires. I hadn't seen one of these terminals in 10 years. Link. The evil behind everything that happened all those years ago. The attack on my village. The death of my mother.
Ah, ils font référence au premier.
Nothing happened. Probably because the machine had had its innards ripped out.
Ah oui, j'ai pas vu.
A metaphysical symmetry of curvature, man and machine. If that was art, I must have been missing something.
Ouais. Bon. Distributeur, j'ai pas vu.
Enjoy this little piece of happiness, courtesy of Minos.
The machine ejected a garish, beclowned can of soda labeled Spankles.
Déjà.
Currently at your maximum allotted Spangles allowance. Have a nice day.
Ça c'est fait. Je sais pas à quoi ça sert. Ah, je suis carrément dans le système informatique. Ah, C+, d'accord, est un historique de prestige. Monté jusqu'à B. D'accord. Ok, tu changes de truc. Ok. Ok, d'accord. Ok, un système de progression. Voilà, c'est pas trop mal fait ça.
Citizen, welcome to the abridged audio-visual Union City Fact File. The Union City walls were forged in 1994 by a small team of resilient workers. A common misconception is that the team was formed of Australian citizens. This couldn't be further from the truth. The city wall was constructed using British steel imported, along with workers, from Hull in the United Kingdom. Many of the citizens of Union City can trace their ancestry back to that small and very dedicated group of immigrants. This concludes your requested fact. Please return for an all-new Union City fact. And remember, be vigilant. This message is sponsored by the Ministry of Comfort.
Ok. Est-ce que je peux lui filer la canette à la place du truc? Il est où le gros piaf là? Est-ce qu'il est? C'est le violet? Je peux pas l'utiliser sur lui.
One particularly large and familiar bird stood out from the rest.
Il m'a toujours dans la gueule. Hein. Voilà, si je peux utiliser la canette sur les piafs. Je sais pas.
my chances against all of those razor-sharp beaks.
Pas content. Bon, 15. Attends, je les ai pas virés. Non, c'est bon, je
Gangs
pense.
clearly weren't scared of me or my crowbar.
Ouais. Enfin, sur quoi je peux l'utiliser? Peut-être elle. Ah, ouais. Le doigt.
Anything you can tell me about this finger?
Whoa. Okay, this is some serious kit. The micro actuators alone are worth a bundle. Want to trade?
I think I'll hold on to it for now.
Ok, donc déjà, c'est d'accord pour les changer.
What can you trade for some spankles?
Honestly, nothing. I actually have an infinite supply.
Comment faire sortir Voxel? Est-ce que lui, il va le prendre? Non. Non. Je suis parti où là? Ok, y'a rien là. Ouh, ça va être coton cette histoire, comme les chevaliers de Baphomet, hein. À l'époque ça n'a pas changé. On attend. Est-ce que il va pouvoir m'ouvrir le truc là, commande du pont?
Error. Insufficient permission. Citizen ID required.
Idée des citoyens requis. Ah mais c'est ça, il va falloir que je les change. L'idée des citoyens à Amber là. C'est ça qui me permettra de rentrer partout.
I'd learn to think twice before just slapping my hand on something.
C'est ça en fait. Il faut l'idée pour rentrer partout.
Looks like you're working pretty hard. Need a spankles?
Oh, hey, man. That's super chill of you. But I'll just grab one myself when I pick up a thirst.
Il veut pas non plus. On va essayer le papy. Papy Mouzo. Peut-être que lui va vouloir. Dans cette calette, il faut que j'en fasse quelque chose.
I got you a drink.
Shame it ain't something stronger.
Oh putain. Bon.
My crowbar could do plenty of things, but powering a truck was not one of them.
Ok, on sait que la batterie, on doit la récupérer et la mettre là. Et je pense qu'elle est dans la guérite du gars là. Alors, il est plus là-bas. Est-ce qu'il est rentré? Ah putain. J'aurais dû en profiter.
Authorized citizen ID required.
Tant que j'ai pas l'identité. La canette je peux pas lui balancer. Est-ce que le gros... Non, ça marche pas. Ça veut pas. Ici fait... Il y a un truc que je pourrais monter là. On peut monter peut-être. Hein. Il n'y a pas d'échelle. Hein.
Grabbit's independent traders. I'd bought from sketchier places out in the Gap.
Ok. Je sais pas comment ils y montent leur truc là. Il va y avoir notre accès. J'ai rien, puis il faut rien changer.
Amber,
Hi again.
I've just seen Big Steve, and he's still got your deet.
Thanks a bunch. I hope it rips his gizzard on the way through.
No, I mean, he's still got it in his beak.
Well, that's something. Not sure what, but it's something.
I'm gonna try to get your deet.
Cool. And I'm going to try to forget how annoyed I am that it was taken in the first place.
Who's Big Steve?
You see all these birds all over the place? Big Steve's the purple one, with a beak full of my deet.
Thanks, Amber.
Peace.
Ouais, on n'a pas appris grand chose. Hein. Il va être coton celui-là, il va être coton. Je le sens. Il est où l'autre? Je le vois plus. Putain, il va pas aller m'ouvrir le truc là. Je vais essayer de lui parler mais... Il veut pas parler?
Work order received. Work order accepted.
Ouais. Je peux même plus lui parler. Qu'est-ce qu'il fait? Bon, et puis j'arrive à lui parler quand même pour essayer de réparer la batterie, mais il va pas vouloir. Pas que je lui parle. Et ben oh.
How's it going?
Can't complain.
That's the spirit.
What's on your mind?
So, your truck is full of mini knockwurst?
You betcha. Mini K, best in the Gap. Even contains some real meat. You're welcome to take a handful. Back of the truck's open, although the doors like to play silly beggars.
Oh?
Requires a special technique. Ritual, you could call it.
Ritual?
Aye. Now listen carefully. Step 1, give the bumper a wallop. Step 2, do a little jig. Step 3, pull the door and jerk it hard.
Wallop, jig, pull. That it?
That's it, lad. And remember the order.
So all you need to get...
Land snakes alive, yes.
No, I got it. I had this sinking feeling that the wrecked power cell in Hobsworth's hut was the one that Wendell hoped would power his truck. The doors, they're
not locked. Oh, and I'm all out of lubricant.
So how can I get in?
Didn't you listen? It's a ritual. First off...
D'accord. Ouais, d'accord. Ok.
Aye.
Pretty technical.
Have to move with the times, pal.
I'll leave you be.
I'm fine with that.
Le premier c'est que c'est sur le pare-choc arrière. Et je peux pas m'approcher. Je peux rien utiliser en plus.
Those birds weren't going to let me anywhere near the back.
Pourquoi c'est par des poulets quoi? Bon, donc un autre que je peux looter là. Je pense pas. Ici
How can I help?
Excuse me.
Greetings, registered Gaplander.
What do you do?
Community Welfare Droid 2CU at your service. I supervise this area and guide prospective citizens through the registration process.
Well, you're clearly excellent at your job.
Why, thank you. I'm the latest model, you know.
I'll be going now.
Always here to help. How can I help?
Ça me dit pas ce que je dois faire avec ma canette, moi. Ouais, c'est ce qui me semblait. C'est quand même instancié. Alors là.
A sand pit. In the desert. The irony sure wasn't lost on me.
Oh, je le pousse comme un dératé, il va être malade. Hein. On va le pousser à bout un peu. Ah, ça a l'air de marcher. Et il est sorti.
You ever had one of these?
Spankles? Gimme!
Are you allowed?
Yeah. Just don't tell Ember.
You ever had one of these?
Spank?
Are you allowed?
Yeah. Just don't tell Ember.
Ouais, c'est ça, hein.
Hey, got a moment?
Wanna push me on the swings?
Maybe later.
Oh,
Who's Voxel?
my brother, remember?
Can I talk to him?
I guess. But he's not as friendly or helpful as me. Real question is, will he talk to you? He's been hiding for like 2 days now. Won't speak to nobody but me.
Can you tell me where to find him? Maybe he'll talk to me.
Maybe. Yeah, okay. You done me a favor. He's hiding in a bench in the garden. I told him I wouldn't tell no one, but you seem okay.
Listen, about this monster.
Jeez, man. Why are you so obsessed with monsters? They're not real.
This vehicle. It had legs instead of wheels.
Vehicles don't have legs, though.
This one did. Your brother saw a monster, right? You thinking what I'm thinking?
Yeah, that it was a giant daddy longlegs.
No. That your brother's monster was actually...
A very small daddy longlegs, but very close to him.
No.
I caught a daddy longlegs once. What was your question?
What do you do here?
Well, me and my brother and my sister usually live in a tribe way over that way by the old burnt-down radio tower. But it's like so boring there. We come here for the action.
I can see why. Bye.
Est-ce qu'il va aller là-bas?
Okay, I'll go.
Bizarre ça. Ça m'a pas donné de... Je sais pas. Il m'a pas donné de pétard. Ah. Derrière un banc. Je vois des bancs là. Ouais, derrière un banc dans le jardin. Ah, voilà.
Voxel was hiding out in the makeshift den. Hello, Voxel.
What?
My name is Foster. I've just got a few questions.
Ouais, c'est de suite de petites énigmes.
I wanted to ask you if you've seen any monsters.
How do you know about the monster?
Your brother, Pixel.
Stupid Pixel. He's so stupid. Go away.
Me again. Can we talk some more? I'm looking for a missing kid. He came through this way a couple of nights ago. His name is Milo. He's about Pixel's age.
And my age.
Have you seen him?
No, I haven't seen anything. I've been in this fortress where it's safe.
Safe from what?
The monster.
Voxel, about this monster. Truth is, I'm a monster hunter. I've been tracking a monster across the desert for days. I think he came through here, and I'm looking for someone brave enough to see it and live to tell the tale.
I saw it.
Can you describe it?
It was big and beastie, and it eats children, and I could hear the screaming, and it was fast and dark and silent.
Slow down, one thing at a time.
It was big. Like a giant dog.
A giant dog? That sounds like what I'm after. Did you see any children?
No, but I heard them. I heard kids crying inside its tummy.
Voilà.
And where did it go?
It sneaked off into the city. After that, I got in here. No way am I gonna let it get me.
You've been in here for 2 days?
Still alive, aren't I?
Okay.
This giant dog, where did you see it?
I was playing buzzsaws and dynamos with Pixel. I won, and he was really cross. Then, in the night, I woke up. It was totally dark. I'd heard this sound, like feet padding along the road, big feet. And then I heard screams, children's screams. I ran over here and hid in my fort.
And you've been in here ever since?
Yeah, I'm hungry.
Any ideas on getting into the city?
People go in and out of the main gate. Are you gonna go in there and kill it?
Sure am. That's what monster hunters do best. Then I'm gonna bring Milo and the other children back out.
You will? Oh, you better take this.
C'est ça, Million, t'avais raison.
What is it?
A firecracker. I was gonna use it to kill the monster, but you can have it.
See you around.
Hey, you got anything to eat? I'm kinda hungry.
I could keep an eye out.
Mr. Hopsworth sometimes lets me have some of his lunch. He doesn't usually know that, though.
Ah, understood. Voxel's giant dog sounded a lot like the stalker that had taken Milo. Now I was sure that the stalker had entered the city. There had to be a way in through the main gates.
Donc je pense dans l'ordre Million, je pense qu'il faut effrayer les piafs. Effrayer les piafs pour récupérer la bouffe qu'il y a dedans. Pour récupérer le doigt dans le chef des piafs. Échanger la gonzesse contre l'identité de citoyen. Pour pouvoir rentrer dans la cahute du technicien. Je vois les choses comme ça, après peut-être que je me trompe. C'est ça. Cogner le pare-choc.
Right. Hit the bumper. These were not my best moves.
Voilà, le mini-cas c'est bon. Bon, normalement je peux récupérer... Le chef il est où? Il est là-bas. Ouais, c'est pas mal comme petit jeu. Bon, c'est pas mal. C'est pas très speed, mais... Alors, lui. Oh, putain. La pâté.
Come on, big fella. The bird's beak looked especially vicious. The bird's beak looked especially vicious. It was Big Steve, and it still had Ember's teeth in its beak.
Pourquoi il veut pas me...
The bird's beak looked especially vicious.
Il me suit. Ah, au sol. Il va le lâcher.
The bird's beak looked especially vicious.
Oh putain, il me l'a repris. Ouais, salaud. Faut que j'arrive à prendre le... Putain. Ah bah je l'ai plus. Oh. Ah, je peux plus en prendre. Alors là par contre, ça sent pas bon cette histoire. Pourquoi je peux plus ouvrir? Ah, pâté. Ah, si tu as. Ah, peut-être sur le truc électrique. Voilà. Yes.
I hoped Ember's deed was still functional.
Ça c'est bon, donc là il faut aller voir Amber pour lui changer contre l'identité.
Amber.
Hi again.
So this deed, pretty valuable, huh?
Oh, it's only a fundamental part of my enterprise.
And the ID that's on it?
You bet. That's a citizen's ID.
And that would grant access into the city?
You're a sharp one, ain't ya?
Guess what I just found?
A lot of nerve coming back here.
Nope. This.
What? My deed? I'll have that.
Sure, but how about I give you the deed in exchange for the citizen ID that's on it?
C'est ça en fait.
The deed for the ID, but...
You wouldn't have it back if it weren't for me.
It wouldn't have been stolen if it weren't for you.
So we're even.
I suppose that's sort of fair.
Excellent. When do we start?
Have you got a U-chip?
Yes. My hand is still stinging.
Right then. Let's get this over with, yeah? Pass me back my deed, I'll need to hook the deed up to my workbench here.
Et là normalement je vais pouvoir accéder à la cabine.
You ready to do this?
I'm not entirely sure what this is.
You want that citizen's ID, right?
Non.
Not just yet.
Right, what's up?
Catch you later.
Bye now.
Ah, il faut que je... J'ai pas compris là. Non, c'est pas ça. Amber.
Hey, Ember.
You ready to do?
I'm not entirely...
You want that citizen's ID,
Oui.
right?
Yeah. What do I need to do?
Cool. Just place your hand flat on the
Okay.
U-chip scanner. Over here on my workbench.
Ok. Et là, je pense que ça va le faire.
Like this?
Putain, si j'ai un truc pour te tenir la
Yeah,
main, c'est
good
que...
enough. Let me just line up the laser. Oi, keep your hand still or you'll lose it.
Is this gonna hurt?
No more than getting the chip installed in the first place. Right, just transferring the ID now. You may feel a slight pinch. What was that?
That wasn't supposed to happen?
There it is again. Must be... Nothing. It must be nothing. Looks like his name was Graham. A fine, upstanding citizen.
Graham. Got it.
Good luck, Citizen Graham.
At last I had a citizen ID. I hoped that this was going to be my key to getting into the city.
Ok. Ça c'est bon maintenant. Du coup, on va accéder à la cahute du trans.
By the sound of things, Hobbsworth was hard at work. I decided not to interrupt him.
Ah, il est là. Ok.
Graham's ID was finally starting to get me places.
Ventilateur. Tu peux l'éteindre. Batterie endommagée. Scanner.
It looked like some sort of scanning device.
Ouais, je sais pas, on va en prendre un. Ah oui, c'est le truc. Ok. Ensuite, le sandwich, c'est pour le gosse. La porte, au cas où, on sait jamais. Ouais, je crois que j'ai tout pris. Batterie endommagée.
The power cell was completely wrecked. The power cell was completely wrecked.
Ok.
The console seemed specialized.
Ok. Donc ça montre quoi? C'est de la batterie.
The power cell was completely wrecked.
Bah, je vois pas le rapport avec le... Ah, peut-être le scanner. Non, je peux pas. Non. Je vais revoir le camion en même temps que j'ai le scanner. Oh, les contrôles. Commande. C'est tout. Ok. On va revoir le gamin de les sandwichs. Il faut le scanner pour Amber pour mettre à jour la puce dans ta main. Ah. On se qu'elle est passée Amber. Elle est là.
Hi.
Hi again.
I spoke to Voxel about his monster problem.
You what?
I think his monster is the vehicle I've been tracking.
Oh, good for you. So you told him the monster was real? Won't be seeing him anytime soon. Nice one, Super Dad.
Thanks, Ember.
Bye now.
Je vais donner à bouffer à Voxel. Je pense qu'on ira voir Amber après. Parce que je vois pas de nouvelles interactions avec elle.
Me again. Can we talk some more?
Hi.
Food delivery for Mr. Voxel.
Oh, yes. One of Hobbsworth's city singers. Do you want my crusts?
You eat them. Warriors need their strength. Do you know how I can get inside the city?
I already said. You need to get across the river and through the big doors.
Can you tell me more about these missing kids?
Only that I heard them inside the monster.
Can I grab another one of those firecrackers?
Sorry, mister. That was the last one.
Did anyone else see the dog?
I don't think so. No one believes it even exists. But you do, don't you? You believe me?
Don't worry, Voxel. I'm on the hunt. Thanks, Voxel.
Ouais, ok. Ah oui, c'était la suite logique puisque j'ai la puce.
Error. UChip firmware outdated. Authority for vehicular access denied.
The firmware on my U-chip was out of date. I realized that I'd been sold a dud by Ember.
Ah, donc il va quand même falloir réparer la batterie.
Hey, Ember.
Hi again.
There's a problem with this ID you gave me. I tried the bridge, but it wouldn't let me through. Apparently my U-chip is out of date.
Oh, right. They had to replace the hand scanner recently. Must be running on new firmware. Much newer than the crappy U-chips from that old terminal.
What happened to the old hand scanner?
No idea. Why would you even ask that? I didn't take it. Shut up.
Either way, the ID you gave me doesn't work.
Hey, listen, guy. The ID is tip-top. It's your U-chip that's the problem. It's old. Like you.
Well, have you got any newer replacements?
Nuh-uh. That U-chip is in you now. It stays there. You'll need to run an update, but my guess is you can only do that inside the city.
And without the update, I can't get across the bridge. I appear to be at an impasse.
Yikes. Well, that ain't good. Could maybe hack the bridge, but... Nah. Never mind. Forget I said anything.
Did you say hack?
Okay. So you know how everything here runs on Minos?
Minos? Surely that's not based off the old Link system.
That's right. When they upgraded, they dumped the old Link tech. Smart shoes, smart toasters, smart light bulbs, smart fridges. Minos makes everything smart, smart, smart. Except the humans. Anyway, you know how Hobbsworth is always pointing his scanner at stuff?
Yeah?
That's his Minos scanner. Minos scanners let guys without any smarts figure out how machines work. Old Hobbsworth has all kinds of safeguards so he can't mess things up more when they break. But with a few modifications...
Can you do more than just diagnose Minos machines?
Much more.
Could I borrow your hacker? Is that a no? Could I maybe trade you something for your hacker?
Honestly, probably not.
Okay, so if you won't trade me for that hacker, could you make me one?
For a price and a whole lot of inconvenience.
What do you mean?
For starters, you need one of Hobbsworth's
Ça, je l'ai,
minor
c'est bon.
scanners. You get me one of them, and then we can talk about next steps.
You mean this thing?
Oh, you found one already? Where'd you get it?
It was just lying around in Hobbsworth's hut.
He really should be more careful. Right then. Let's see what else you've got in that bag that might be worth my time, trouble, and effort.
I don't know if you can use this, but how about this finger?
Okay, creepy. Let me take a look. Whoa. Okay, this is some serious kit. The micro actuators alone are worth a bundle.
So it's a deal then. You'll hack this scanner, and the finger is yours.
You betcha. Pleasure doing business with you. Meet me at my workbench when you're ready.
Alors du coup, qu'est-ce qu'elle fait?
Alright, one Ember grade Minos hacker.
Thanks. So how do I use this thing?
You activate scan mode, obviously.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, well, that's the easy part. Now follow me. This is how I find hidden systems. They're all over the place. There you go. One just popped into range. Right, so this here is a diagnostic view of Minos.
Looks like it runs the vending machine.
No kidding. See those task nodes? The darker ones?
Yeah?
Well, unlike Hobbsy's little vanilla scanner, my hacker can swap them round. So let's see how smart you are. Want to give me an infinite supply of spankles?
Celui-ci. Ok. Qu'est-ce qu'il faut faire?
You did it! You're smarter than you look. Okay, apply the hack and you'll be good to go.
Bon, c'est pas très clair, hein.
Thanks, bro. You trying to get me arrested? All right, mate. Figure the rest out yourself.
Ok.
Oh, and try not to do anything too stupid, eh?
Apologies, but despite you being a valid user, we have to...
Ok, donc après, le problème c'est que... passer. Mais je pense que ça...
Those guns look like they meant business.
C'est ce que tu disais tout à l'heure, Amélion. Sans un véhicule, je pourrais pas rentrer. Ok. Il va falloir que je trouve un moyen.
Piles of metal cans were crushed into one compact cube of aluminium. Excuse me?
Citizen Graham, you are not authorized for this area.
I was going to have to get used to being called Graham. I just wanted to ask some questions.
Oh yeah? Well, I'm a 4YR droid. And 4YR droids are programmed to ask questions, not answer them.
You're not like that other droid across the bridge.
You mean 2CU? That little jumped up tin pop voice box. That's all she is.
And you're a better model?
Better, older, tougher, more reliable. Underneath this steel skin lies the beating heart of a 13.7 volt power cell.
Wow.
Old tech, you see. Tested. Solid. Whereas that flying volleyball over there runs on solar. Sun goes down, she's useless. But me, I can go all night long.
You mentioned a power cell?
Correct. I run off a 13.7 volt power cell.
Really? Would it fit in a truck?
It would fit in older models.
Like that truck over there?
Might do. Looks old enough.
Mind if I borrow your power cell?
But I would power down. Cease to exist.
That's taking a pretty pessimistic view.
Wouldn't you in my position?
Think of it as a well-earned retirement.
Sounds more like death.
2CU looks...
That's right. Supposed to be more socially
Bon,
oriented.
si tu vois que je tourne un peu en rond dans 5 minutes, tu me le dis.
See her try and fix a bent shaft.
Those guns sure look dangerous.
Ah, they're totally safe. Long as you follow Union City protocol.
And if you don't?
Death by disintegration.
Ouch. That's all for now.
Good.
Piles of metal cans were crushed into one compact cube of aluminium.
J'essaie de visiter un peu, si on trouve quelque chose. Rien. Peut-être le scanner.
Warning. Extreme measures will be taken against non-compliant pedestrians.
The pressure plate appeared to trigger the crane mechanism. Industrial fumes pumped out of the spinning exhaust fan.
Ouais, le spécial. Est-ce qu'on peut lui changer quelque chose à lui?
It was a grumpy-looking maintenance droid.
bouge dans tous les sens. Putain, je vais me faire taper par les rayons.
Alert. Pedestrians now have only 10 seconds to comply. Lethal force authorized.
Ah puis le pont s'est refermé. Ouais, tout se passe ici en fait. Hein. Ah, il se barre à chaque fois. On va éviter les lasers parce qu'il m'a... Je vais attendre de l'autre côté. Ouais. Est-ce que c'est un truc de l'inventaire? Putain.
Hello, 4YR.
All right, Citizen Graham. What do you want?
What is it you're doing here?
I recycle. Cans, mostly.
What happens to the cans?
First, they get compacted. Then they go down to the recycling center.
Then what?
Well, they get recycled. Turned into stuff.
What kind of stuff?
Important stuff. Really, really important stuff. So I've been told.
Any ideas on where I can get one of your power cells?
Ah, sorry. Factory that made their Man B shut down years ago.
Pas sur le droïde. Alors sur le truc de compactage peut-être.
Thanks.
Oh, ouais.
Je vois que je peux interagir avec.
Piles of metal cans were crushed into one compact cube of aluminium.
De toute façon, si je peux l'utiliser dessus, ça passe en rose. Donc c'est pas ici. Pour de sécurité. Non, moi j'ai rien.
Error. UChip firmware outdated. Authority for vehicular access denied.
Qu'est-ce que c'est que ce truc? Pourtant j'ai l'impression que j'ai tout fait ici. Ouais, non, je vois pas. Il est là lui. Ouais. Ça fait rien. Distributeur.
Enjoy this little piece of happiness, courtesy of Minos.
Tapis roulant. Tapis roulant. Ah, c'est là où j'avais été en premier en fait. C'est ce qui compacte les... Ouais. Ce qui compacte les trucs. Il me semblait, hein, mais... je voyais pas l'icône avec le... Oh, c'est le seul truc où je voyais un truc interactif, mais je le vois pas avec le...
Piles of metal cans were crushed into one compact cube of aluminium.
Ah, après ça. Tu vois, ça affiche pas.
Piles of metal cans were crushed into one compact cube of aluminium.
Et le ventilateur. Non mais c'est pas ici alors. Ah. Ouais, d'accord. Ouais, en même temps tu m'avais dit tapis roulant, c'est moi qui suis pas du bon truc aussi. Ouais. Alors... Ouais. Par contre... c'est verrouillé quoi, je peux rien faire. Ah si. Je l'ai pas. J'ai pas d'autre sortie du recyclage. Peut-être pas le bon truc. Ça va être par là. Voilà, c'est ça en fait. Il faut échanger avec le tapis. Je me disais aussi. Faut prendre le coup. Là normalement c'est... Il va arriver. Je pense que là il va se prendre la plaque. Hein. Ah, c'est ça. C'est ça.
Unacceptable cargo! Let me down! You're risking the future of all the little kids!
I had a charged power cell.
C'est bon, on a réussi. Là, du coup, on peut charger le camion. Putain, 1h40 pour arriver à...
Lights flickered on. Wendell's truck had power, and with it, I had my ticket into the city. The power cell replaced, the truck was good to go.
On le dit ou pas? On va essayer tout seul si ça marche pas. Je vais parler.
Hey, Wendell.
Managed to get those doors open all right?
Just about.
Did you, do the jig?
Sure did. You said it was essential.
That's right. Although, here's a funny thing. My wife never does the jig back at the farm, but it always seems to open for her. Anyway, what can I do for you?
Any ideas on how I can get into the city?
Aye, that's easy. You just need one small thing.
Great. What?
A truck.
What? Like yours?
No, not like mine. You want one that actually moves under its own power. That being said, you won't even get across the bridge without an authorized ID. Citizen's ID gets you all the way into the city, privileges and all.
Je pense aussi.
I've got ID, all right, but my power cell's empty. Long story short, I could drive in. If I could drive in.
I fitted your truck with a charged power cell.
You did? Then we're cooking on gas.
Hey, any chance of a lift into the city?
Typical. No one ever does anything from the goodness of their heart these days.
I just figured that...
Oh, all right. Up in the back. You earned it.
You sure it's safe back here?
100%, lad.
I'll take your word for it.
Just watch out for me neck bursts. I've lost enough business already. far as I can take you, I'm afraid. You can catch a monopod into the city from over there.
And where are you going?
Straight to cargo. Gotta get these babies.
Quarantined?
Distributed.
Thanks for the ride, Wendell. Maybe see you again.
C'est clair, c'est que le début. Après, c'est. Moi, bon, c'est un genre, hein. Comme je disais, je dis toujours, je teste un peu tout, hein. Donc, mais, ouais, c'est. Il faut aimer le cel shading déjà. Je trouve que c'est pas trop mal. Ah oui, c'est vrai que. Si je pirate pas, ça marche pas. Il est vide, hein, non? Pourquoi ça sert les canettes? Une espèce de métro?
Welcome, Citizen Graham. Outdated U-chip firmware detected. Firmware must be updated to use Union City facilities.
I was about to return to give Ember a piece of my mind when...
Transporting you to the nearest safety services.
Putain. C'est pas fini. C'est que l'intro. Ah oui, juste en face.
The stalkers had come into the city, but looking around, that didn't make any sense. This place was a paradise compared to the Union City I'd left all those years ago. Joey had certainly turned the place around. I had to find the stalkers, and whoever he was, Graham was my only lead. I just had to sort out my U-chip problems first.
Après l'univers et tout ça, c'est pas mal fait, hein. Ce côté cyberpunk là, c'est pas mal, hein.
Hello?
Good morning, Graham, Grundy. I trust you are well on this fine day.
Actually...
Aha! Have you tried Dijon buttercream spankles? It's new.
Sounds delightful.
That's the spirit. Now, Mr. Grundy, we both know why you're here, don't we?
I guess we do.
Your firmware. It's ridiculously out of date.
Let's get you sorted then, shall we? Go on, place your hand on the platform.
Okay, here goes.
Ouais, c'est vrai que c'est... Vraiment, je suis agréablement
That's
surpris.
very strange.
Je suis tout
What's
bugué.
very strange?
What's very strange?
You said that's very strange a moment ago. Something about my data.
I didn't. You said, what's very strange?
I only said it because you said that's very strange.
Great. What else can I do for you, Citizen Graham?
There was something strange about the ID that I had acquired. While she may have lost the plot, I definitely hadn't.
Alors...
Listen, I don't know if you'll be able to help on this.
I'm here to help.
Okay. I'm looking for a child that went missing 2 days ago.
And from which part of the city did this child go missing?
He was from outside the city.
I can only help you locate citizens.
I'm looking for a vehicle.
Well, a monopod station can be found at either end of the piazza.
Are there any vehicles in the city that have legs?
Polite request for disambiguation. By legs, do you mean a vehicle transporting prosthetics, flat-packed furniture, or fried chicken?
I mean a vehicle with legs for propulsion.
Do you mean a skateboard or scooter?
You are no help.
I'm here to help.
Ok.
Would you mind scanning my U-chip like you did before?
But, Graham, your firmware is up to date.
Humor me.
Okay. Well, that's very strange.
There, you just did it again.
Because you asked me to humor you.
I mean, you said that's very strange again.
I assure you that I have a precise log of this entire conversation, and I said no such thing.
It appeared that every time she tried to access my data, the last few seconds of her memory was wiped.
Is there anything else I can help you with?
Thank you.
Was I helpful?
Yes.
Would you like to fill out a survey?
Yeah. Why not?
Excellent. Question 1 of 100. Are you satisfied?
Whoops, gotta go.
J'ai eu peur.
Now that I'd dealt with my U-chip problem, I needed to find out more about my new identity, Graham Grundy.
Moi je suis arrivé de là. Hein. Ah, tu peux jeter des trucs aussi. Ok. Essayer d'avancer un peu. Distributeur, je crois que j'ai le plein. Hein. Ouais.
I was enjoying my time in the piazza, but I doubted I'd learn much about Graham here.
C'est pas plus, hein. Ça c'est pour savoir... Qu'est-ce que c'est ça? Ah, tu vois, une historique de trucs. Hein. J'espère que ça ne devient pas comme ça parce que d'ailleurs. Ok, concours de sourire. Ok. Ah, il y a un bon lore derrière. C'est quand même pas mal fait. Ces petits mails comme ça. J'ai une chier plus 10. Oh là. Ok, donc ça c'était les mails, les messages. Là c'est verrouillé, pourquoi c'est verrouillé?
I couldn't access Graham's messages. I added that to my list of things to look into.
Ok. Le café.
Hooray! Another customer.
The sound system projected music around the whole cafe.
Tu peux changer la musique, hein. Oh, putain. Tu peux changer. Peut-être qu'il y a un truc à faire. Hein.
Please scan your U-chip to place an order.
Ah ouais, tu peux carrément là. Putain, ça a des possibilités. Je sais pas trop ce que je dois faire, mais on va lui parler.
Excuse me. Greetings, citizen. Have you come for another extra large fluoride orange spankles with extra foam?
I don't know if that's my sort of thing.
Incorrect. According to your order history, it is your new favorite beverage.
My order history?
Indeed, Citizen Graham. You love it.
Do you know anything about missing children?
Oh my. That's above my pay grade. Unless they came to this cafe.
I doubt it. Nobody else seems to have heard anything.
Excellent. I'm glad to find myself synchronized with local knowledge. Now, may I recommend you forget your troubles with a cold, crisp can of Spankles?
Any chance of a coffee?
Spankles?
No, a coffee. Cup of joe.
Toffee-flavored Spankles?
No, coffee. Coffee-flavored caffeinated coffee. Coffee.
I have no idea what you're saying right now. However, all ranges of Spankles include 250% of your recommended caffeine intake.
Can I get a can of Spankles?
Simply scan your U-chip here on the counter, Citizen Graham.
Great. What flavors are available?
No need, Citizen Graham. Your favorite flavor will be provided from your order history. I assure you, if you are unhappy with the result, your taste buds can be recalibrated.
Bye for now.
Have a great day.
Ok. Bon, c'est trop PO, y'a rien à me dire.
One fresh, premium Spankles. Please scan your U-chip to place an order.
Bon, le café c'est fait. C'est ouvert ce bordel. Attends, mais ça a l'air énorme le truc.
I was enjoying my time in the piazza, but I doubted I'd learn much about Graham here. The museum wasn't open yet. I'd have to come back later. Hey, got a minute?
For you, sir, I have all day.
What can you tell me about the council?
Nothing that you won't have heard already. However, if you take a look behind my stall, you can catch a great view of the Citadel.
The Citadel?
Where the council are based. It can be seen through the skyline right behind me.
Have you heard anything about missing children?
Oh my, that's above my pay grade. Are they social climbers?
No. They were taken into the city from the Gap.
Well, I certainly wouldn't have had anything to do with that.
Aye.
You sound just like that cafe droid.
Barry?
That's the one. Are you related?
We did come off the same production line, and we do indeed have identical voice units. but I am nothing like that no-good, rusty, two-faced vending machine.
Wow, I didn't realize droids could feel such emotion.
Oh, I only have one emotion. Happiness.
I'll see you later.
I can't wait.
Particulier. C'est quoi ça, ta broche?
Calling all social climbers. Customize your aspiration brooch here. Calling all social climbers. Customize your aspiration brooch here.
Ok. Moi je crois que j'ai fait le tour. Moi j'ai fait le tour. Faut que j'ai accès que ce truc là. On va essayer de passer par le milieu, mais je crois qu'on traverse juste. Ouais, c'est ça.
Hey, 2CU?
I'm not 2CU.
Oh, sorry. You look just like the one outside.
Oh, so we all look alike, do we?
Now hold on, I didn't mean that. You have to admit, though, you do look a lot like 2CU.
My name is 1CU. 1. We're totally different.
Oh, so is 2CU like an upgrade? Like a better version of you?
You're speaking of the first, an original, a numero uno community welfare droid.
Tell me about Joey.
Before my time, I'm afraid, sir.
You must know something.
He brought the city out of darkness and into light.
Then the council took over.
Precisely.
À côté du café pour visiter l'appart. Ok.
That's all for now.
On est parti.
Enjoy your day, Citizen Graham.
À côté du café.
Union City wishes all citizens a happy aspiration day.
En tout cas, c'est ouais, c'est cohérent. Moi, j'aime bien l'atmosphère. C'est bien fait. Bon, après le graphisme, comme je disais, c'est le shading. Mais je trouve que ça colle bien.
Welcome, Citizen Graham.
Where would you like to go?
Okay,
I knew Graham had some sort of connection to Milo's kidnapping. His home would be my best, in fact, my only lead.
Take me to Graham... my home.
Lakeview Apartments. Certainly, Citizen Graham.
The city knew a lot more about Graham than I did.
Ah ouais. On le fera pas peut-être une nouvelle fois alors.
As I arrived, masquerading as a dead man called Graham, I was apprehensive about what But I had no choice. I had to find the stalker. And whoever he was, Graham was my only lead.
On va prendre rendez-vous, Mélione. Ça dépend quel soir tu es là. Tu m'as dit que tu travaillais, tu reprenais ce week-end, non? Fiente d'oiseau, ça va.
This particular spot seemed popular with the local birds. The seal on the floor showed my buddy Joey just as I remembered him, when I left him in charge all those years ago.
Pardon, on continuera lundi après.
Hey, buddy, watch where you're standing.
What's your problem?
Your face, for one.
Excuse me.
Canache, gars.
Well, if you hadn't been staring at the floor like a moron, you'd have seen me.
I didn't catch your name.
I'm your mama.
What? Do you live here?
Do I look like I live here?
I'm not from around here. Maybe everyone here looks like you.
Yeah, and what do I look like?
Trouble.
Keep walking.
Do you know where I can find Joey?
Oh, I don't know, weirdo. They say he walked into the gap, or sailed across the sea. Either way, he abandoned us all in this place.
You don't like it here?
Needs more color, wouldn't you agree?
Do you know a guy called Graham Grundy?
Nope, sounds like a moron.
In that case, let me introduce myself. Graham Grundy.
Doesn't surprise me.
What happened after Joey left?
Well, duh. Council runs the city now.
I'll leave you to whatever it was you were doing.
Aw, really? I'll miss you.
Yes, I'm very busy.
Hey, dirtbag! What's your favorite color?
Huh?
You heard me. What's your favorite color?
Red?
Bold choice. Later, man purse.
Later, backpack.
Ha! You got nothing.
Clearly not everyone in Union City was quite as courteous as they were happy.
J'ai cassé les dents.
The seal depicted my friend Joey as he looked when I left him in charge of the city. Clearly, he'd made his mark.
Qu'est-ce qu'on a ici? Ascenseur, il y a le courrier. Non. Il y a le druide de l'appartement. Tout ce qu'il faut savoir où j'habite.
The holdall was stained with paint.
Lave-linge.
With no hand scanners, I figured they were intended for droids.
Wesh. Voilà encore là, alors. On va essayer les apparts.
Apologies, Citizen Graham. This is not your residence. Apologies, Citizen Graham. This is not your residence. Commencing refill.
The picture showed an utterly unfamiliar scene from a bygone era.
Regarde. Ouais, majordome.
Apologies, Citizen Graham.
C'est pas la mienne.
Wait, I knew that U-chip. Oh my, is it really? Yes, it is. Master Graham, you have returned. How wonderful.
Oh, good day, huh?
I shall inform Madam and her guest that you have arrived. She will be so pleased.
No, that won't be necessary.
She will be overjoyed that you have finally returned to the bosom of the family. My apologies for the interruption, Madam Songbird.
C'est lui qui m'a topé.
Graham,
What about him, Chipworth?
it appears he has arrived home, Madam.
He has, but that's wonderful. Oh, thank Joey. My dear husband is back.
Ah, I was hoping to meet you, Mr. Grundy. Mentor Alonso, Ministry of Well-Being. I was just here to investigate some irregularities.
I'm sure my Graham needs a few moments to freshen up. Why don't I show you my kudos records?
À mon avis,
I don't know who you are, but right now we're both in a lot of trouble. So for both our sakes, you'd better convince the mentor that you're Graham.
Yes, of course.
I'll stall him. Just don't come through that door until you know enough about Graham to pass yourself off as him.
Don't worry. You can count on me. I wasn't sure what I'd walked into. But if I was to convince anyone I was Graham, I needed to find out more about him. His job, his family, his state of mind. The mentor could ask me about anything. Information about Graham was scattered all over the place. All I had to do was look around. Union City Red. I suspected it was more fruit juice than wine.
Je vais me tenir de fouiller partout.
At least one person in the city appreciated a nice cup of coffee. Although I doubted Union City Blend contained even an ounce of actual coffee beans. Personally, I preferred an open fire for cooking. Definitely an improvement on the food dispensers they used to have here.
Je vais lui parler. Bon, c'est clair.
Hello there. Chipworth, wasn't it?
Master Graham, may I say, sir is looking even more fabulous than usual today.
Why, thank you.
Has Master Graham lost weight?
Maybe. Does Master Graham look like he's lost weight?
Oh, yes, sir. And it would appear sir has gained some height as well. Bravo.
Tell me, Chipworth, who was that woman just now?
But that was sir's wife, Madame Songbird.
Yes, of course. My wife.
Is sir quite feeling himself?
It's fine. I've just been having a difficult few days.
How serendipitous that the well-being mentor is here then, is it not, sir?
Chipworth, tell me everything you know about me.
Request respectfully declined, sir.
But aren't you my butler droid?
Yes, sir. I have been sir's butler for a very long time.
Then why can't you tell me?
Standing orders, sir.
Whose orders?
You... nice try, sir. Almost had me.
Graham had made sure his droid wouldn't talk. I had to do my own investigating.
Okay.
Tell me about that woman.
A woman? Can sir possibly be referring to his good lady wife?
Humor me. For instance, her name would be...
Madame Songbird. Clearly, sir is not feeling quite himself today. Sir might recall he even forgot dear old Chipworth's name earlier.
Who?
Me, sir.
Have a super day, Chipworth.
Serving you, sir. Every day is super. Excuse me, please.
On va essayer de passer ici.
Tempting, but I'd already had my monthly bath.
Welcome back, Graham. Displaying your health chart now. It has been 2 weeks since your last checkup. You have lost weight. Congratulations. It has been noted that your height has increased. Adjusting records accordingly. Scanning for medical implants. Error. Implant missing. Refreshing biomodification database. Please wait. Removing cardiac implant registration. Registering Schriebman port as new implant.
The scanner had detected my Schriebman port, which allowed me to interact with Link, the city's old network. Since then, I'd pretty much forgotten about it.
Adjusting your health rating from C to A+.
I was considerably fitter than Graham. That was good to know.
Check-up c'est fait.
What devices do I have installed?
You possess a U-chip personal data implant in the perlicue of your right hand. It is functioning correctly. Your cardiac regulator implants have been marked as removed. Please return them to your nearest medical waste facility. You possess a Schriebman local interneural connection port in the 3rd cervical vertebrae. This hardware predates the Minos system and cannot be accessed at this terminal.
That's probably for the best.
You are welcome, Citizen Graham.
Do you have any advice for me?
A single can of Spankles contains more than your daily dietary requirements. Look for the clown. Drink Spankles. Keep a smile on your face.
Thanks.
You are welcome, Citizen Graham.
That's all for now.
Due to the alteration of your physical parameters, a new uniform has been ordered and will arrive at your home shortly. Keep a smile on your face.
I was a lot healthier than Graham. In fact, I'd say Graham was downright unhealthy. I had made some headway, but I still needed to know about Graham's work and social standing. So Graham was a cleaning supervisor? The logo on the uniform was quite distinct. I needed to find out who he worked for. If I slipped up, I'd be exposed right away. There was a boot print. Curious.
Cafetière, comment ça s'appelle? Caféinator 9000. Dans la chambre. La chambre, tu m'as dit.
By the acrid smell of
Tu
chemicals.
travailles.
A sword? The blade was cracked. A security forces copter. I still had nightmares about those things. Twice I'd flown in them, and both times they'd crashed. I hoped I wouldn't have to risk it a third time. An impressive collection of medals, ranging from bravery to long service. Most of the medals dated back to before I was born. It looked like one of the land trains from the city walls. It was a detailed model. Developing fluid and trays. I hadn't seen gear like this since I was a child. A uniform like the one Graham's wife wore. It was cut for someone much larger. I needed to find out who he worked for. If I slipped up, I'd be exposed right away.
Je vais faire ça. Hop.
You can tell a lot about a man from his shoes. In this case, that the man had no taste.
Livre. Ouais. Est-ce qu'on a d'autres?
Giant scorpions in the sewers.
Ah,
Real or
civique.
fake? Unlikely. The tentacle monsters would have eaten them years ago. The council was made up of five ministries. Each ministry had their own logo and distinctive color scheme. From the color of his uniform, it was clear that Graham worked for the Ministry of Comfort. I knew quite a bit about Graham's work and health, but I figured I could learn more if I found his kudos records.
Ok, donc ça, c'est le...
A chart showing that Graham's kudos score had recently dropped. I wondered what had caused such a sharp decline. I had learned all I was going to from Graham's apartment. I hoped it would be enough.
Ok, normalement j'ai assez. m'a livré ou
This was
quoi?
my only chance to find out about Graham. Leaving now wasn't an option.
Ok.
If I was going to convince the mentor, I had to be sure I knew enough about Graham. I couldn't keep them waiting any longer. From that point on, I had to be Graham Grundy, cleaning supervisor.
Darling, I thought you were going to freshen up.
I was, but I missed the sweet sound of your voice.
Oh, Graham, always the romantic. But please don't kiss me until you've showered.
Wouldn't dream of it. Besides, I couldn't let Alfonso here.
Alonso?
Monopolize my lovely wife for a moment longer.
In which case, shall we begin?
Of course. Shall we take a seat in the lounge? It was now or never.
So, Mr. Grundy.
Mentor Alonso, what would you like to know?
Ah, well, straight to the point. I like that. As I was explaining to your dear wife earlier, there have been some issues with your activity records of late.
Issues? What do you mean?
Mr. Grundy, a word to the wise. This will be much smoother if you leave the questions to me. Now, whilst your records load, remind me, in which ministry are you employed?
Confort.
Comfort. I'm a cleaning supervisor.
Yes, of course. Ah, here we go. Graham Grundy, 42, cleaning supervisor with the Ministry of Comfort. Cleaning supervisors require Class C exertive activity certification. I trust that your health rating is sufficient.
Plus.
I did drop down a bit, but I'm back to Class A+ now.
Excellent, excellent. Very
Je crois
good.
que tu partais, mais...
So, with that in mind, I will mark you as fit for work, barring any other issues. Now, obviously, your kudos level will have fluctuated due to your absence. You're a C+ right now. I note you used to be much higher.
B.
Yes, well, you'll be back up there in no time. Well, that is all I need to check off. But I'd be remiss if I didn't offer you all the extra support and guidance that you need.
Mentor?
When someone goes off-grid, there's usually some underlying trouble. And as a mentor, I like to think of myself as a bit of a troubleshooter.
Of course. I appreciate the concern.
So, let's get to the bottom of all this confusion. Dig a bit deeper, eh?
Deeper? Yes, right. By all means, Mentor.
Tell me about your workplace. I trust there are no issues.
The land train facility. It's a fine place to work.
I'm sure it is. Department of Land Trains and Extra City Commerce. Wonderful.
Oh, yes. Couldn't be happier.
We are, of course, very grateful for your service, Mr. Grundy. But there we come to the crux of the matter. Your absence. 15 days is a long time. This is, of course, why my ministry has become involved in your case. We have been concerned for your well-being.
I'm fine. Better than ever, in fact.
Excellent. Now, speaking of your health, I note you had some surgery last year. Tell me about your implants. Are they working effectively?
You mean my heart regulators? Nothing to worry about. As you can see, the beat goes on.
Yes. Well, I must say you're in remarkable shape considering your medical history. Of course, your mental well-being is just as important to us. how are you getting on with your rather peculiar hobbies?
You mean my photography?
I do, yes.
You can't beat the feeling of an old-time film camera.
I can imagine. You have an eye for composition. Although I don't understand your interest in using such archaic technology. Choosing to fiddle with knobs rather than availing of ministry-recommended filters, stabilization, automatic archive, and data retrieval, all courtesy of Minos. If we can't see what you create, how can we share in your interests?
What can I say? I like a challenge.
I'm sure you do, Graham. Ah, well. I have a busy day of appointments, so sadly we must conclude our little chat there.
It's been a pleasure, Mentor.
Hasn't it? So with that in mind, perhaps you can tell me where you've been for the last 2 weeks.
What? Right. Yes, where have I been the last 2 weeks?
Si je suis ce que tu m'as marqué, MDR.
Okay, so the last 2 weeks, I was working at the land train facility, of course. Cleaning. I'm a cleaning supervisor. And while I was cleaning, I must have bumped my head. The next thing I knew, I was in the middle of nowhere, still on the train. 2 weeks later, the train returned to the city. Cleaner than it's ever been, I might add.
My poor darling! How awful! What a dreadful thing to happen!
I believe I have all the answers I need from you.
Well, that's a relief.
I'm sure it is, Mr. Grundy.
Well, thank you for stopping by.
Just a teeny tiny thing before I go. There appears to be 1 or 2 anomalous results here.
Anomalous? That doesn't sound good.
It may be nothing. But here's the thing. I get strange readings when I scan your U-chip. Any idea why?
Maybe it got damaged when I fell.
Ah, yes. Of course. That's probably it. You see, the only other time I've seen anything like this is when a U-chip has been tampered with. No one would have done that now, would they?
Tampered with? I didn't even know that you could do that.
Graham's a supervisor, not a subversive mentor.
Yes, a supervisor, not a subversive.
Damaged when he fell. Request analysis. There. Perfect. I have everything I need.
Great. Chipbot will show you out.
Chipworth, darling?
Just my little joke. Chipworth.
Good day, Mr. and Mrs. Grundy.
I don't know who you are or what you've done with Graham, but I think we got away with that.
I hope so. I don't think that we would get away with it a second time.
Nor do I. If there is anything wrong with Graham's U-chip, you would better sort it out sharpish, before Alonso's analysis comes back. Who even are you? Where's Graham? Are you that contact he kept ranting about?
Whatever Graham had been up to, it had gotten him killed. I had to come clean with his wife. There's no easy way to say this, but I'm afraid Graham is dead.
What? How? Where?
I found him. In the Gap.
The Gap? What was the idiot doing in the Gap? Was that where he was always sneaking off to? Ugh!
A child, Milo, was abducted from a village out there and brought into Union City. And I think Graham was somehow connected.
Sure, and pigs fly. Listen, stranger. I'm sure you can understand this has been a rather harrowing day. This is all too much for me right now.
Tell me about it.
So, I'm gonna do some damage control on social media. In the meantime, I guess that officially it is your home, so you can stay, but this is my bedroom, and that one is yours. No cute ideas.
Understood. Songbird seemed rattled by the news. Not
Je
surprised.
pensais qu'après
By whoever this contact
Non?
of Graham's was, I suspected they were the key to finding Milo. Something told me the fire was not authentic.
Ouais. Ouais. Elle est un peu coincé, hein. Il rose plante. Ouais.
That looked like Graham and his wife on their wedding day. They looked blissfully in love.
Des peluches.
The blind blocked out all the light from outside. A cavalcade of cryptids. Someone believed in monster stories.
Peluche. Livre, imprimante, livre.
Among the drawings were photographs, land trains, and the city walls.
Tout accroché.
Looked like these photos were taken by the city walls.
Uniforme ministère, le chimie que j'ai fait.
The box was for a deluxe hollow plinth replacement lens. There was nothing inside.
Son beurre de CL, je crois. Non, c'est sa chambre à elle. Hein. Son beurre de CL. On va voir ce qu'il y a là-bas. Ça, c'était pas sa chambre. Ah, c'est un placard. Est-ce qu'elle va me laisser rentrer? Ouais, yes. En ours.
In Union City, even the teddy bears had screens. This one was broken. I poked at it, but I couldn't get it to turn on. A collection of toy animals were lined up in little baskets. One was missing.
Il en manque une.
The shelf was loaded with books on management, business theory, and military strategy. I didn't think Songbird would appreciate me rummaging through her things. Jasmine. A Detective Culls. Someone liked their murder mysteries. A trader came by our village with something like this back when I was a boy. I think he traded it for a table. Or at least that's what I had heard. In Union City, even the teddy bears had screens. This one was broken.
Il pétait.
I poked at it, but I couldn't get it to turn on.
Hey! Hey, don't touch that. What have I said about these windows? Keep them closed. Ahem.
On va se rasseoir. Ça va gonfler.
Songbird, I'm sorry.
For what?
That your husband is dead.
Hey, win some, lose some.
That's pretty harsh.
Look, stranger. You told me your secret, so I'll tell you mine. Last few years, Graham gave up trying to be anything other than the dullard he really was. If it weren't for the kudos for being married, I'd have dumped him months ago. You're new here, so a word of advice? You want to win in Union City? Learn the rules and play the game.
My name's Foster, by the way. Robert Foster.
Songbird.
Is there anything more you can tell me about Graham?
Not much. He was a loner whose only friends were idiots like him.
Who's this contact you mentioned?
Bad news, as far as my kudos level is concerned.
What do you mean?
Graham was always rambling on about this hacker friend of his. Had a daft name. Leet, I think.
Any idea where I could find Leet?
Probably somewhere up top, with the other degenerates. If I were you, I'd stay away.
Are you a collector?
What?
Toys. You have quite the collection.
Oh, yes. The whole set of cuddly kitties. Even the limited edition Mama Bear from 5 years back. Well, I did have the whole set, at least.
Did something happen?
Bartleby went missing, that's what. I asked Graham about it and he denied all knowledge. Then, when I tried to use the Mama Bear tracker to find dear Bartleby, he threw her across the room.
Clumsy.
Clumsy? Those bears were my engagement gift. He hid Bartleby just to spite me.
Graham had taken Songbird's toy Bilby, but I couldn't figure out what he'd have wanted with it. Wherever he'd gone, Graham clearly didn't want to be tracked. That's all for now.
Yeah, bye.
It looked like Graham had taken Bartleby and didn't want it tracked. I had a hunch that he had taken it to Leet, but had no idea why. In Union City, even the teddy bears had screens. This one was broken. I poked at it, but I couldn't get it to turn on.
Ouais. J'ai pas parlé assez, je pense.
Carl Koala. There was an empty spot marked Bartleby Bilby.
J'ai pas assez parlé, je pense. Le tracker.
Excuse me.
What is it, Graham?
Près de l'holo projecteur et utiliser le scanner entre l'holo et la maman ours. Okay.
Bye, Songbird.
Yeah, bye.
Près de l'holo. Entraînement et le truc ours, ok. Alors attends. Ça me prend la cheminée et maman ours. C'est compliqué ça. C'est pour ça. C'est chaud patate. Hein. Ça me prend ça. Ah, j'en ai deux là. Ouais, je comprends en fait. C'est pour afficher le truc de l'ours sur l'hologramme. Ah, mais le problème c'est que j'arrive pas à voir. C'est ça qu'il faut en fait. J'arrive pas à voir le. Ça me prend la cheminée. Ça, tu vois, ça me prend la cheminée automatiquement. Ça me prend la cheminée. Et je sais pas. Voilà, si je l'éteins, est-ce que je peux l'éteindre? Maman ours cheminée. Le problème c'est que maman ours on le voit pas. Il est pas affiché. Tu vois, on voit qu'un truc.
I poked at it, but I couldn't get it to turn on. I didn't think Songbird would appreciate me rummaging through her things.
Là, ça m'en prend qu'un. Déjà là, je peux pas verser. Je pourrais changer. Peut-être que si je passe entre les deux. Là oui. Ok. C'est pas le bon socle. À côté de Lolo. Je me le prends que... C'est quoi ça? Ah oui, importer données depuis. Donc ça c'est sûr, c'est ça. Mais si je pouvais avoir l'ours, ça serait bien. Pourquoi ça veut pas? Pourquoi j'arrive pas à faire fonctionner l'ours?
In Union City, even the teddy bears had screens. This one was broken.
Parce que j'ai pas d'autres trucs. C'est bouquin.
The shelf was loaded with books on management, business theory, and military strategy. I poked at it, but I couldn't get it to turn on. Excuse me.
Hey, stranger.
What's a mama bear tracker?
What do you think?
Her babies?
The cuddly kiddies! Most toys in Union City are tracker-enabled. Lost toys mean screaming babies. Unless you got a tracker.
Mind if I have a look at the tracker?
Go ahead, though the screen is broken. Squeeze the left ear to turn it on.
Voilà, c'est ça. Il manquait.
Thanks.
Il
Yeah,
manquait
but...
une ligne de dialogue. Voilà.
The device was now on, but with the screen broken, I'd need to find another way to get at the data. I wondered why Graham had taken a children's toy.
Hello there. I'm Mama Bear.
Hi.
Mama Bear looks after all the cuddly kitties. Are you looking for one of my children?
I'm looking for Bartleby Bilby.
Don't worry, child. Look at my tummy to find your missing friend.
Voilà, et là, voilà. Si je me mets là, track jouer. Là c'est bon, j'ai les trois. Alors là, on va mettre celui-là ici. Alors track jouer. Et là on est bon. Voilà.
The plinth was showing the toy's tracking data. All I needed to do was locate the area code E1594. Find the tracker, find Leet.
Donc il faut que je trouve le prochain secteur. Ah, j'ai mis un truc. Moi je tombe.
Hello, Chipworth.
Hello, Master Graham.
C'est celui-là.
Do you know what E1594 might refer to?
It's a city area code, referring to a few city blocks, I would imagine.
Which part of the city exactly, though?
Sir is confusing me with an android that gets out and about.
You make it sound like you're a prisoner here.
Sir's words, not mine. I suggest Master Graham seeks out a map.
Chipworth knew very little about the geography of the city. I'd need to find a map if I was to make headway.
Alors, demande d'ouvrir les fenêtres.
I need you to do something for me.
Just say the word, sir.
Please, can you open the windows, Chipworth?
Very good, sir.
Sans la soluce, le jeu intérêt à y mettre Ouais, là où j'ai eu les fientes.
A box had been hidden outside the window. The mentor, Alonzo, seemed to be arguing with someone. The plants needed watering badly. Here you go.
Oh putain.
Whatever was in the box, Graham had clearly not wanted anyone to find it. Inside was a small glass lens. It had deep cuts scored across its surface. But that wasn't all. Tucked beneath was a photograph. A picture of a stalker.
Oh putain.
A child's face pressed against the window. Suddenly I realized that it wasn't just Milo. It was clear that multiple children were being taken into the city, and somehow Graham was connected to it.
Bon, du coup là on peut découler.
You please?
C'est pas l'air, non.
Excuse me.
Ah, Master Grundy. What joy to see Sir again after all this time. The Poet Laureate Reginald Arthur Schnipple, Esquire, sends his regards and/or condolences as appropriate.
How nice of you, Reginald.
Correction, sir. If one may be so bold, Mr. Schnipple is of course Sir's human neighbor. How Sir might mistake yours truly, Tarquin, for our beloved Poet Laureate is beyond imagining.
Any idea where I might find a place called E1594?
That sounds like an area code, and not one I would venture into.
How so?
It would be extremely inappropriate for a gentleman to visit Sector E.
What do you think about the graffiti?
As an artiste, I find any medium a valid form of expression. Of course, the vandalism does somewhat detract from the piece.
See you later, Tarquin.
Will I?
Huh? It's just a phrase.
Shall we schedule in another meeting?
I don't think that's necessary.
Such ambiguity. A tortured soul. Alas, I am inspired.
Oui.
Dear me, a terrible situation. Very troubling indeed.
Mentor, given your experience, your input here would be greatly appreciated.
Orana, isn't it? You strike me as a fine young officer of the Ministry of Well-Being. Would you say that's an accurate description?
I'm flattered, sir.
Your record is exemplary, I believe.
I do my best, sir.
I'm sure you do. So please, don't let me down. Fix this mess.
Mess? You mean the girl?
The whole untidy situation.
Yes, sir.
Girl. Keep a smile on your face. After all, it's Aspiration Day, isn't it? The happiest day of the year.
I'll take care of it, sir.
I know you will. By the way, a call to pest control wouldn't go amiss.
Of course, sir.
Meanwhile, I shall isolate this area until this unfortunate incident has been resolved.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate your advice.
We're all here to learn from each other. Take care now.
Miss! Pardon me, miss!
Who, me? Hey! You can see forever up here! You know, be free!
Miss, you have to be careful.
Careful or careless? I know which one I want to be.
Why don't you come down, yes? Miss Dijon, is that right? Raquel Dijon.
Yeah! That's... me. I think...
Raquel!
Raquel? Did you say Raquel?
You need to come down.
What? Where am I? Oh no! Help! Help!
Hearing her name had triggered a total change in the girl's behavior. I needed to find a way to get her down before she fell.
Okay.
The girl looked almost frozen with fear. Hell of a place to get stuck.
Are you okay?
No! I don't know how I got up here!
Raquel! Raquel Dijon! Don't panic! I'm from the Ministry of Well-Being.
How can we help?
Nothing to see here, sir. I suggest you go back inside and enjoy some screen-based entertainment.
Excuse me? I'd like to make a complaint.
Please, both of you. I'm a welfare officer. I know how to deal with this kind of problem. I just need to check the negotiation protocol.
Well, thank goodness the Ministry is on this. It's all very distracting.
Can you see any way down from there?
No!
We'll work something out. Hold on. Can you see any way?
No!
We'll work something out. Hold on. What's your name?
Her name is Raquel. Now, would you please?
Raquel? Oh, but of course, that makes far more sense. She told me her name was Rat Girl. But it would appear her grotesque moniker signifies little more than a deplorable deficiency of elocutionary attainment. Rat Girl, indeed.
Please, gentlemen, now is not the time.
Anyone got any ideas?
Yes, I do. I have an idea.
Go on.
Never use a simile when a metaphor suggests itself.
What?
I'm in the middle of composing an Aspiration Day poem, but my lexiconic cupboard is bare, so to speak. Hence the requirement for...
Wait, is this idea about your poem?
Well, yes. You asked if anyone had an idea. You were not specific to the context.
How did you get up there?
I don't know! Please! I'm frightened!
She climbed the outside of the building. Astounding agility, by the way. Most impressive.
I don't remember!
Bravo, miss!
Sit tight. We'll soon have you down.
Don't worry, we'll get you down safely.
Du coup, là c'est bouché. Parce que là j'ai une entrée pour un truc pour monter.
It was a hand scanner.
Ça sert à quoi ça? Ça peut passer par là. Alors de l'intérieur. Pas mieux. Ah, peut-être en montant. Je peux pas. qu'il faut utiliser des trucs. J'avais vu qu'on pouvait utiliser des trucs pour le robot de peinture.
Someone had spilt paint on the floor.
Sac.
The holdall was stained with paint. Looked like someone planned on doing some painting.
Le droïde peut-être.
The cleaning robot was clearly designed to carry heavy water tanks.
Water refill complete.
Qu'est-ce qu'il me fait? Ça marche. Ça y sort. Yes.
Water tank depleted. Commencing refill.
On va prendre de l'eau.
Water refill complete.
C'est parfait. Lui. Il va remonter, il faut qu'elle s'accroche. Hein.
Please stand back.
Raquel,
Help! Please!
can you see any way down from there?
No! And everything's wet now thanks to that robot.
Think you can get on the robot when it passes?
I could try. But what if...
We'll catch you. You can do it.
I rather doubt she can.
Can't you try and be more encouraging?
You have a reasonably good eye for aesthetics.
Thank you?
Now, grab on tight. We'll be right underneath you.
You'll be fine.
Human grip strength is famously reliable. Only in short bursts.
Okay, here goes.
Commencing refill.
On va tester, on va voir si elle s'accroche. Hein.
Water refill complete.
Elle s'accroche pas. Ouais. Sauvegarder, ouais. Bon. Elle se remplit pas.
Water refill complete.
C'est quoi ce bordel? Prochain coup, peut-être qu'il va pas se remplir. cadeau, elle pourra pas sauter. Est-ce qu'il va se remplir? Est-ce qu'il se remplit là? Il se remplit plus. Voilà, ça y est. Là il s'est pas rempli. C'est ça ce que j'ai fait. Là il y a plus d'eau. C'est ça.
How do you feel, Raquel? Are you okay?
I don't know.
Well, I'm glad that's all sorted. Shall I call a pod for her?
I've got it from here, thank you. Raquel, what were you even doing up there?
I don't know. I don't really remember anything.
Excuse me, sir.
The girl looked glad to be back on solid ground. Excuse me?
Mr. Grundy. Oh, Mr. Grundy.
Mr. Grundy?
Bravo, Mr. Grundy. Your actions in this situation were sublime, albeit unconventional. The local noise levels have already returned to normal, and the building will soon sparkle again.
I'm more concerned about the girl. Is she gonna be okay?
Yes, blah, 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 and all that. Officer, wouldn't you say that Mr. Grundy's actions today warrant a kudos boost, hmm?
Of course. Thank you for the suggestion.
Tarquin, miss.
Orana. Orana Newblood.
Yeah, like the guy said. Graham Grundy.
Mr. Grundy?
So, do you work here?
I'm an officer for the Ministry of Well-Being.
You often have to talk girls off high ledges?
My first one.
You did a good job.
Thanks.
Raquel. Is she always like that?
What do you mean?
Well, I met her earlier and she seemed like a totally different person.
She's been through a big ordeal. Nothing that a trip to the reflection spa won't sort out.
Does the location E1594 mean anything to you?
Well, E1594? That's just an area code based on the old map system. Totally obsolete. That system hasn't been used for years.
E1594 was an obsolete code. There had to be a way of finding that location. What is the reflection spa?
What is the... Are you feeling okay, Graham? Everyone this side of the industrial level has heard of reflections.
Oh, you mean that reflection spa. It's been a long day.
Next, you'll be asking me to tell you about this Joey guy.
No, I'm familiar. I'm on the trail of a missing kid called Milo. I think he's somewhere in Union City.
That shouldn't be difficult. Any greeter terminal will be able to find him via U-chip.
No, that won't help. He was brought here from the Gap.
That's not possible.
I assure you.
Where did you say you worked, Mr. Grundy?
That'd be the Ministry of Comfort.
I suggest you concentrate on your work and leave well-being issues to the appropriate ministry.
How is the girl doing?
She'll be fine. This sort of trauma is best handled at the reflection spa.
Will she be in trouble for the group?
Well, no real harm done. The droid will clean it up, eventually. That said, her kudos rating will take a hit.
All because she defaced Joey?
People loved Joey, and what he did for us.
Joey was my friend. We did so much together.
Well, he might be gone, but he's not forgotten. You can find out about our savior at the Museum of New History.
You mentioned I could find out about Joey in a museum?
Yes. The Museum of New History has exhibits about how he transformed the city. I'd recommend it to anyone who wants to learn about him and his legacy.
A museum dedicated to Joey? He'd be proud of that for sure.
Well, it's not all Joey.
On en a que le
They have a
chapitre
special exhibit
million.
about the previous administration. Old technology, maps, that sort of thing. My advice, though, is to avoid dwelling on the past. Anyway, taking in some culture is good for you. Find it at the piazza if you get the chance.
I guess I should get going.
Yeah, well, thanks for your help.
I suppose I should thank you too.
No problem. You take care.
You too, Mr. Grundy. If you need any well-being support, just ask for me at Agrita Terminal, or Rana New Blood. Come on, Raquel, let's get you to the spa. You'll be feeling better in no time. No need to worry, Raquel. You're safe now. Happy faces all round, right? In fact, this calls for a celebration. It is Aspiration Day after all.
Oh, goodness. Is it?
All day. And you know what would be the best end to a day like this? A trip to the Reflection Spa. I'll pull a string or two, and we'll get you straight to the front of the line.
Je pense pas parce que ils annoncent une durée de vie entre 6 et 10 heures. Donc je pense que ça va être plus rapide après.
Water tank depleted.
Oui, je vais remettre le réservoir.
Commencing refill.
On monte le graffiti, il est content.
Excuse me, Songbird?
Hey, stranger.
What does Bartley Bilby look like?
Bartleby is a bilby. Adorable, long ears. Like a bandicoot and a rabbit all rolled into one. At least he was, before he went missing.
Any idea where the area code E1594 refers to?
E1594? What would I know about an old area code?
Old?
The monopod system has taken care of transport for years.
Thanks.
Yeah, bye.
Alors, logiquement.
I had a lead. A map reference. E1594. Graham had put a tracker there. Maybe it was the key to finding his hacker friend Leet.
Pod has been requested. Please wait for embarkation. Welcome, Citizen Graham. Where would you like to go?
Ah. Je pense que c'est au musée qu'il faut aller. C'est ça qu'elle évoquait. Et après comme ça on se regarde et on aura fait notre part ce soir. Ah c'est ça.
The piazza is the place for me.
It would be my pleasure, Citizen Graham.
Ouais, c'est un bon petit test. Après je sais pas. Le finir me tente. Objectif mis à jour. Les objectifs on les voit ouf. Statut. Où se trouve Elite. Ok, bon, c'est pas plus. Je crois que j'avais traversé le truc. Le muséum il est là-bas. Ah non, si t'as pas la soluce, c'est... Tu peux y arriver, mais alors... tu vas ramer pendant un moment.
Leet was my only lead to discovering Graham's connection to the... And the obsolete map reference E1594 was the only lead I had to finding Leet. As I surveyed the room, I was greeted by a familiar face.
Hello, darling!
Ouais, bah écoute, je sais pas quelle soir dans la semaine prochaine, comme tu vois ce week-end, dans la semaine prochaine, quel jour tu es dispo. Si tu veux le continuer, sinon on changera. C'est toi qui vois. Hein. Après, l'intrigue est pas mal, ouais, je suis d'accord. T'as envie de savoir un peu plus. C'est toi qui vois, Million, si t'as envie qu'on le continue. Parce que pour moi, après tout seul, sans Solus, pour un stream, c'est... tu vois, tu peux passer tout un stream à chercher, ça va être super long et super relou, quoi.
Union City wishes all citizens a happy Aspiration Day.
Bon, on va sauvegarder là. Ouais, mission impossible là. Tu vois, après il faudra qu'on voie quand est-ce qu'on se le programme. Il faudrait qu'on voie quand est-ce qu'on se le programme pour être sûr. Parce qu'après si je lance que t'es pas là. Du coup... Ah oui, c'est ça. Donc, charger. Ça c'est bon. Ça c'est bon. La sauvegarde elle est bonne. Bah écoute, on se cale ça pour lundi. On se le cale pour lundi. C'était dispo. Parce qu'après, tu me dis chapitre 4, donc attends, fin de chapitre 4. Donc si on attaque le 5ème, il y en a 16. Bon, après, comme t'es là, ça va peut-être avancer plus vite. Ouais, ouais, parce que c'est un Solus. Mais à l'époque, les chevaliers de Baphomet, si t'avais pas la Solus, c'était chaud aussi. Donc le créateur aime bien les casse-têtes. Enfin, les casse-têtes, non, c'est qu'il faut savoir ce que. T'es pas aidé, quoi, t'es pas guidé. C'est vraiment. Le mec qui dit 6 à 10 heures. Ouais. Donc l'intro, j'ai passé 2 heures. Ouais, on se le fait lundi. On va faire ça. Lundi, on continue. Et ouais, pourquoi t'as faim quand même, parce que je trouve pas mal. Ouais, il est plus riche qu'il y paraît comme ça. Non, après, il est pas mal. Franchement, c'est un style. Je trouve pas mal du tout, ouais. C'est bien fait, c'est... Bon, on fait comme ça. Et puis, Million, bon courage pour ce week-end, pour le boulot. Et c'était une nuit en plus, je crois. Oui, c'est ça. Et puis on se voit lundi. Passe un bon week-end. Bonne nuit. Et merci. À lundi. On remet ça lundi. Allez, ciao ciao.